Today on the TMZ Podcast.
Welcome to the day after the Met TMZ Podcast. Loren here.
And this is Nikki. I'm joining my girl here on TMZ Podcast. It's the Girl Gang.
Yes.
Girl Gang.
I'm excited for today.
I am too.
I put on a good outfit and everything for today because I knew we were going to be talking Met Gala stuff and the carpet and the party.
Yeah, you're very fashionable. I'm in a camo sweatshirt. It's fine.
It's cool because you still a vibe. You're still a vibe and we are here.
Lauren, thank you. Well, let's get into it.
Yes. So did you watch the carpet yesterday?
I did.
So who did you love? Like who was like your absolute like number one go-to on the carpet yesterday?
I'm going to say Kylie Jenner. I actually liked her simplistic look, and honestly, she looks amazing after having 2 kids. And to be honest, it just felt like she wasn't trying hard at all.
No,
she was
very effortless. Her and Kendall both were effortless yesterday. My favorite was Rihanna. I have a lot of favorites, but I just always look like I feel like Rihanna always pushes the boundaries, but like she just does it so well. Like sometimes people can push those boundaries and it doesn't come off well. Like she wears and does stuff that only she can do.
I mean, we have been covering her constantly during both of her pregnancies, and her fashion does not stop. There is no pause on her walking down the streets of New York City going to get food, and she looks absolutely amazing.
And then her man is always right by her side. He does not play by her.
He always lets her lead.
Yes, and the homage that they played to Karl Lagerfeld was like it was really good. Like I think people overlooked ASAP's look, but that was one of like Karl's like. You remember when I saw it, I was like, oh, I remember when Karl did that look, and then he had the models behind him, and one of the models behind him, always notoriously, Naomi Campbell was like always like a wingman for Karl Lagerfeld. And Rihanna had on when they were going to the after party, that like brown fur coat.
Yes,
I don't even think people got it, but like that was an iconic Naomi Campbell look.
I didn't get
and
it.
Karl was always with the models and the girls. So yeah, I just was like, I just love them as a couple.
I do too.
Yes. So speaking of the carpet, we had some people pop out.
Oh,
Serena Williams.
She's having a baby.
Revealed baby number 2 on the Met Gala carpet. Now, if I'm going to have a baby, because I'm going to have to do this one day.
Like if I mean, no pressure. You don't have to.
No, I got like honestly, it's like I have to. Like somebody needs to take care of me when I'm old. But if that's gonna happen. Right? Like between my kid and my man, we got to make the moments count. And the way that her and her husband revealed the baby, her and Alexis, they're walking down the carpet and everybody's just like, Serena. And then I see him grab her stomach and I'm like, hold on, is she pregnant?
Yeah.
And then she uploads the photos at the same time on her Instagram.
Yeah, because she didn't want people guessing. Like Rihanna, the whole entire Super Bowl halftime show was consumed by, is she pregnant? Is she not? Are we allowed to like say if she's pregnant? Because what if she just gained some weight after baby number 1?
Yes.
You know?
And even in her look, because at first when I saw her, I'm like, I'm used to her being in a lot more like figure fitted outfits. Like even when she played tennis, that was a thing for her. Like her costumes, her outfits always show off her amazing figure. So I'm like, well, this is a different look for her because the dress that she had on, it wasn't fit.
It wasn't form-fitting.
Yeah, but it was the black and white, like, tribute to Karl Lagerfeld.
Yeah.
And then I realized, I'm like, oh, that's why it's not form-fitted. She wanted us to have to get the reveal. I
don't know why it gives me butterflies every time like someone who's pregnant and the hubby puts his hand on the belly. It's the cutest.
And then we broke the story yesterday that Ice Spice was going to be walking the carpet. She was going to be embalming. A lot of people were not happy about that at all,
which is so weird to me because Ice Spice has become such a Gen Z like hot commodity. Her rise to fame over the past 6 months alone has been insane. I mean, didn't she just do a collab song with Nicki Minaj?
Yes, which is charting insanely. And then Boy's a Liar, her song, did very well. She also just recently did her like first couple of like fashion campaigns. So she did Ivy Park and they saw amazing numbers. She did Skims and that she looked gorgeous there. I think for a lot of people, like the Met Gala and like that whole couture world in New York is so like you got to fight hard to be there and get those invites. And I think a part of that world, as inclusive as they want to be, still wants to keep it that way. And I think people felt like she was invited because she would bring like the Twitter people and the digital views and not that she earned that invite. But I think that, I'm happy for her. From the Bronx to the Met is a huge leap. You know what I mean?
And you know what? She's so humble. She's like, I'm just so grateful, so happy to be here. I was really nervous approaching the carpet. Once I heard everyone screaming, I felt better. Like, how cute is she?
She is so cute. And she played it safe because I was worried for her because they do come for her online. I was like, what is she going to do? And if she does it, she needs to be confident in it. But she played it safe. She did like a white like dress Balmain number. She looked good.
She looked really good. I mean, everyone was questioning though where Nicki Minaj was because isn't she a vet on the Met carpet?
Yes, and they're promoting a song. So what the conversation online and kind of what was rumored online amongst like the Barb's and Ice Spice's fans was that Nicki Minaj was going to be there with Ice Spice at some point, whether they walk together or like simultaneously, like one after the other, because they're promoting that song, and it's just the Met is that moment, like how people in Hollywood go to Craig's when you want people to see you and talk about something. In New York, you go to the Met if you're invited, because then people will talk about what you have going on. And she didn't show up.
Wow. I wonder what the tea is behind that.
I don't know. Maybe she's just over, but she also was a very, very like favorite of Karl Lagerfeld and like, those houses, Chanel and like a lot of the Balmain. She did a whole like run with Balmain in those houses. So I was surprised we did not see her.
Yeah.
I was very surprised.
It was surprising. And like you said, the Met is the place to be. And sometimes it's not the best place to be because you run into exes.
When you're famous, I feel like you run into exes everywhere, though.
Well, Kim Kardashian ran into Pete Davidson at the Met Gala. And you can tell via these photos, it did not look like he was smiling, but she was kind of like had her hand up to be like, whoa, 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 like probably checking him. There was some conversation to be had. And you know what was even more awkward is that Usher was standing right next to them in the conversation.
Pretty awkward for Usher, but I mean... My boy got confessions. He's used to awkward situations.
My God.
But I think
you're so corny.
For me, for real, you talk about awkward. I was listening to Usher the other day, and I was like, why is he always having to admit that he cheated? Like, how many times? At least he's honest though, because you normally have to find out, like, somebody come to you as a woman or however that goes. But if I'm gonna run into my ex, I want to run into my ex when I'm at my peak. Like, I want you to see me and be like, Yeah, see me,
Yes.
And she looked amazing yesterday, from the carpet to the after parties. So I feel like that run-in, the ball's in her court. And if you're going to do it, it's like, do it at the Met, where Kim Kardashian has become such a vehicle in fashion and a voice in fashion. It's like, to even be in that room and say that she's your ex, he's lucky.
Yeah, well, the thing is that their story is kind of crazy because right before the Met Gala last year is when they came out as a couple on the red carpet. And then they walked the Met Gala together. Then she had the whole thing with the Marilyn Monroe dress and all of the, drama behind that. And then this year, it's like she leveled up from that dress because her beaded outfit that she had going on.
Oh my God.
I'm not into fashion. You speak to it because... she looked amazing.
So I feel like with a lot of what we saw, because a lot of people played into the homage of like Chanel, because that was like, like that's such a notable brand of all of the brands that Karl Lagerfeld has worked with. And when you think of Chanel, you think of like the tweed and the pearl and the, you know what I mean? And the shape. In like a very vintage and classy like look.
Yeah.
I feel like she looked like a doll right off of like a china cabinet last night. Like, she looked so good, and like all of the pearl hardware that she had, like it really played into that. I mean, I don't know if Pete Davidson was thinking about all of that. He probably was thinking about how hard is it to get that off.
Yeah.
But
he has a girlfriend now. He's happy. I can't think of her name.
Exactly. So when you see Kim Kardashian in all those pearls, he can't think of her name either.
Oh my God.
I'm just telling you,
Queen of Corny today.
I'm just telling you the truth. No, I'm sure at some point, I don't know if he hit her with the big head last night, because he does have.
He does have that energy.
But you have to, like, even if they're not interested in each other romantically.
You think they're still flirting?
I don't even think it's a flirt. I think it's like they had such a big moment at the Met together. That was last year when they went and they revealed like they were together officially. She wore the Marilyn Monroe dress. Like, to reminisce with somebody in that way, there's like that. No other person that they're with can ever have that moment together. Mm-hmm. So there's still kind of that, like, you've never, I mean, you're married now, but.
So our notes here, let me just, you might be onto something. Davidson smiled sweetly at Kim, who seemingly reached for his hand. I mean, you're right.
Oh, you said I'm corny. Who wrote
Who wrote our notes?
Yes.
I mean, it's crazy to think, though, they only dated for 9 months.
Yeah, but I think sometimes when you are out of a long-term relationship and it's hot and it's heavy like that, it can stick as long as like a 10-year relationship, because like it's your next thing after it's new, it's fresh, and they're sharing all these big moments together. There's so much that happened in that 9 months, and the Met Gala kind of was like the cherry on top.
Yeah,
they definitely flirted a little bit, or at least had that little, no one understands what this moment is like us. But
can I get your take, a hot take, Loren, today? What's your take on Bad Bunny and Kendall Jenner?
Because I don't understand it. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't even yesterday I was like, I don't know. Like I can't really see her with anyone for real. I don't get it. I'm trying to figure out where they met.
Like
what
what
they talk about.
exactly. So like the rumors online is that apparently Bad Bunny is supposed to be doing a song or collab with Justin Bieber, and obviously Biebers are close. Haley and Justin are both close with Kendall,
okay,
so I think they may have met in the same circles.
That makes sense.
But yesterday they didn't walk the carpet together. So if they are a true couple, like why wouldn't you walk the carpet together?
I mean, sometimes it depends on the house that you go with. Like, so say for instance, like yes, they're a couple, and it would be a good moment for whatever designer they're with. Yeah. But a lot of times, like with the Met, you notoriously don't get a +1. There was a joke on the carpet. I forget who someone showed up with their kid, and they were like, how did you get a +1? You don't get a +1 because you are going with a fashion house. So that fashion house is literally like you're their like object of the evening. And so I'm sure she was there with the house. I don't know who she was wearing. He was there with another house. So it's kind of like that type of thing. And sometimes to put those two together, you take away from the moment that the house, because this is still a fashion event
show. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I think we forget that.
Yeah, and those houses pay a lot of money for those tickets to send these celebrities, so they want their moment. So I think that's pretty much a lot of it, because we saw them together at the after parties.
We did. They actually went back to her hotel together. They changed outfits, and then they went out with Kylie.
What I mean?
Kim stayed in the house though.
Well, Kim
old. Yeah, no, you can say she got her. She had North in New York with her. Penelope.
I think Nerf probably told her she had to stay into. Nerf gives she's the boss.
She does. She gives that energy.
So talking about the parties and the exes, there's one guy I think. Like, when you think about the models, you got to give them this, like, lean in. You think about the models, nobody is running up better than Leonardo DiCaprio.
For years.
Yes.
4 years.
Very consistent. Like, it does. There has to be something there. Very consistent. So last night, he had a night. He was spotted attending some after parties. They hit Zero Bomb, which is like a go-to spot in New York. And he ran into some exes.
He did. And there's like 3 of them. I mean, one of them was Giselle, who is recently single right now. Maybe there's some rekindling that maybe happened. No, he doesn't go back?
You know he's not going back.
Oh, right, the age. Yes. I forgot his age, his capped. Yeah, in the early 20s.
She had to make us call her out like that?
So yeah, Giselle was there. And then we recently just did stories that he was spotted at Coachella with Irina Shayk, who is friends with, or is the ex of Bradley Cooper, baby mama, but they're friends.
Yes, but that was they said they were just friends.
They were just friends.
And you're going to, I mean, those 2 names alone, there's no way, unless they decide not to go, but the Met weekend itself, not even just the Met, there's no way you go to New York during that weekend and don't run into them. So I think he has to prepare. Like, he knows he's about to run into his whole, like, text threads. Like, it's just coming. But, I mean, everybody looked good. I think that they handled it well with running into the exes.
Well, Gigi Hadid and him were spotted. We had photos of them inside a party together, very, very close. And then it was like, oh, it fills it out. They're just friends. And then they were seen again.
So what do you think? Because I feel like if you're in a party if you are having any conversation whatsoever, you have to be close. The music is loud.
I don't know, Loren. Sometimes it is what it is, and it's blatant. Like they're doing something.
I wouldn't be surprised. I told you, like, you run into people in these moments and it's just like, Like, and even if it's just for, like, the Met Gala night. Like, the next day you get up and you're
good.
Uber black car of shame. You wait till you're back at your hotel when you know what I mean? You're cool. Yes. But I think for him, and I also, too, I think, with the women, these women that we're talking about in specific, for that weekend, for the Met Gala, these are some of the biggest names. Everybody's watching them. They know what they're doing. She's not going to be spotted close to him unless, you know what I mean? Like, if there's really something going on, she's okay with us knowing. And if there's not, she knows it and she doesn't care.
Yeah.
Because all eyes are on, these names during this weekend. So,
and I will say that they are very, very, very good at not walking out together and not going in together and not even being spotted, even in the same frame of these photos and videos that we get.
See, now that makes me like, okay, because
there's more to it.
I don't know, y'all. I might need to go to the Met. I might need to go to that. It's giving. That's where you find your man, or rekindle with a good one.
Oh yeah, and then you can have your baby dreams happen, and then someone can take care of you when you're old.
I gotta have a baby all in the same weekend.
You're talking about one night stand Met. So
no, God, please don't give me a one night stand Met baby. I mean, it's a hell of a story, but
what if it was with a celebrity? Someone who rich. He could take care of you.
Y'all that's
Look at her.
listening,
She's
don't
dreaming
judge
big.
me because I'm sitting here considering it right now. Like, if I could walk the carpet with Chanel, me and a man, have a baby, or not have the baby, but conceive the baby all in one weekend.
Wow, your dreams came true.
Wow.
Wow, she really considering this?
Y'all, I feel like the podcast listeners are going to come find me and call me like Met Gala hoe. like, don't do that. Y'all, it's been, it was a great event.
And there's so many things we forgot. So please go check out
Yes,
TMZ.com.
it's
check
so
out our shows.
much.
There's going to be so much more.
Alrighty, guys. So that is all for us. Loren
And Nikki.
here for the TMZ podcast. We'll see you guys next time.